girls have been treated for this endometriosis since they were very young, since the early onset of it. If, in fact, they are able to have children and everything goes along, in which Dr. Loffer feels very strongly about, if they are able to have children, this is a perfect example of getting good care in time, right from the beginning. Because he was telling us a story about a woman that he saw her too late. She had suffered her whole life with pain, and by the time he got to her, unfortunately, he was able to help her, but she wasn't going to be able to have children.
I knew that Kristen had gone through a ton of problems, but I didn't think it was going to affect me. I thought the first time I got my period, it would just be whatever, I'd be normal. And I was too embarrassed to even say anything. I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell Kristen. I was just like, whatever, it's going to fix itself. Because I knew what Kristen went through, and I was like, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, it's an awkward time for girls hitting puberty and changing and hormones and developing, and
a lot of people grin and bear it, and they just try and deal with it, and it really doesn't need to be that way. There are resources, and you don't have to suffer. They can help you, and they'll work with you until you feel comfortable.
My sister had problems back when she was younger.
She never had children.
And she never had children.
Unfortunately, we lost Marianne at 51 years old.
So, you don't know where it starts.
Yeah, you don't know where it starts. So did she have endometriosis so bad, and that's why she couldn't have children, and she always had pains in her stomach, always. When they finally found her cancer, it was already in her liver. So where did that come from? And she was just so important to our girls. It was hard to lose her.
I just remember they told me that it was a disease that causes pain, and that my periods were so bad for a reason, and that they'll be able to fix it.
It was such a long journey to get to where I am. Finally, we found something that's working for me, but it was a lot of work and a lot of experimentation. But the people at Children's Hospital they didn't want to give up, and I didn't want to give up, and just wanted to make things work. That's what was good about the Young Women's Health thing, though, is that you were so frustrated, but you knew there were so many people that could relate to what you were going through. When you're working with people that specialize in this and they see it all the time, they just have so many resources to pull from, and they don't want to give up because it's another success story, and they'd rather help you and have this work out.
Even though it's uncomfortable, you have to tell someone, and know that there are other girls going through similar situations as you, and you will have a great support network.
We were lucky to be able to have Children's Hospital right there for us, and helping us through the whole thing. It's tough for a woman to go in and you're sitting there talking about the female stuff. It's just, you're raised to not talk about that stuff. But he would make it so important to hear what's going on, that you felt comfortable telling him all anything you knew.
So if we can back up and help these children now, so when they get to 30 and 40, they won't be in so much pain. So
Prevent them from
yeah,
losing their
we want to be able to help them.